Hey y'all, it's me, your fave, homegirl, Queen, and no, but I'm really here to just talk about something that not a lot of females be taught in their household, and that's just self-love and how to really value yourself, because I know I wasn't taught that nowhere. I had to learn that out on my own and through the experiences. And no lie, the experiences weren't like the prettiest, but they did help out a lot. And I'm just want to share some tips with y'all about how I use my experience for the best and to learn. I feel like when it comes to self-love, the one first thing you have to do is to always make your well-being a priority and not to put anybody else's above yourself. It may sound a little selfish, but the saying, like, how can you give to somebody else without being there for yourself first? Like, it's like you can't help nobody out with your cup empty. You gotta fill your cup up first so you can, share some water. No shade, like, and that's something that I'm still growing and learning with. But even like relationships and stuff, I used to, but I'm growing. That's why I say the self is to put yourself as a priority, because I learned by putting myself as a priority, I don't allow anything that I'm not okay with, and it's just simply that. When you put yourself a priority, you set boundaries. That's one. The boundaries you will set for yourself is because of the respect you have. If you don't have respect for yourself, you're gonna let people just walk all over you, and you're gonna tolerate bare minimum. No lie, because I done did it. It's been a time when I didn't really understand my value. I just seen the goal of trying to get this person to understand me and like what I bring to the table, and like why I'm amazing. But I gotta realize, if that person don't see your worth, then that's on them. That doesn't take away from your value, because it's just like a person is always going to be a person. It's just who you give it to. Some people might not appreciate that present, but it's still going to be a present to the other day. At the end of the day, it's still a present, regardless. Nobody, it's like a dollar bill. It don't matter what you do to it, who you give it to. Some people might not value the amount, but at the end of the day, it's still valuable by it being itself, literally. And like, you literally have value by just being yourself. Like, you don't have to prove to nobody nothing. You don't have to uphold a certain image of somebody. Like, if they don't see the beauty within by you simply just being yourself, then that person is not for you, no lie. And they're not gonna ever be for you, because what's for you and who really understands you, they're gonna value and appreciate you. And if you're just in a toxic place where you're not getting valued and you're not getting treated right, it's not necessarily on them, because you have to remember you are the reason why they are in your life. So that's why you make your well-being a priority. If that person is not adding to your well-being, then they should not be there, because nobody can make you happy but you. That's one thing. Nobody can make you happy but you. Nobody can control your happiness, but if you do give your happiness and somebody control of your feelings, they're going to take advantage of that. 100% guaranteed, because it's just in somebody's human nature. If you give too much of yourself up to somebody, then they're just going to take advantage of that, unless they're really for you. Because a person that's really for you, it's gonna be 50-50. So it will never be too much. If there's ever too much, and it don't go together. Like, it's like yin and yang, or like two peas in a pod, like, or ketchup and salt, like, they go together, like, because no lie, I didn't been in something for like a couple of months. It was on and off. I was always just trying to prove myself. Like, if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you constantly have to prove yourself, or like, because it all goes down to like the attachment style and like all the deep wounds we all have. We all project that out to others, no lie. Like, I know I was moving off of an anxious attachment style, just always constantly worried if this person still likes me or how they feel, or I never wanted conflict because I was scared to lose that person, no lie. So I would just be anxious and I would let the red flags pass, and that's something that you can't do. Like, you can't let red flags pass because, no, how about this? Like, a person don't change unless, like, you know, they elevate themselves, they learn more, but their basic nature, their beliefs, how they, you know, their habits, it doesn't really change. Like, if you meet a person and something don't agree with you with that person, you should just leave them there and then for that, no shade, because that person is not gonna change. It's either you accept that aspect of that person, or you guys are just gonna bump heads. And that's why I be a lot of these bad situations and shit, and people just be so stuck and sad and depressed about the toxicity, because y'all are with people that y'all seen the red flags with, but y'all either give them the benefit of the doubt because you think they'll change over time, or they'll work on this because of how much they fuck with you. But no, that's not how it works. A person is gonna do what they want to do and be who they want to be, and you can't change them about them. So if you feel like something don't agree with you, don't stay, and don't have that thought in your mind that this person is gonna change their ways for you, because no, it don't happen like that in the real world, honey. Men are who they are, no shade. You take them how they is, and if you're not, get a new one. Like, so many fish in the sea. No shade, like, for real. But yeah, always make yourself a priority because your needs are important. You have to fill your glass up first before you can provide for others. Two, it's just, don't give your time to everybody, because where you put your energy and focus is where you just, that becomes your reality. So it's like, don't focus on the negatives of yourself, because you, everything about you is amazing, no lie. In order to really love yourself and to really appreciate yourself is to appreciate your flaws, because we are flawed individuals, no shade, for real. Like I said that a lot, but we are all so flawed, and it's like the expectations we give each other is ridiculous, because if you think about it, we all have our issues. So it's like, you can't expect you to meet another person and for them to have all their shit together. No lie, it just don't work like that. Well, not in my way, maybe you guys somewhere else, but yeah, it just don't work like that. So that's what you have flaws, and it's okay, because that's what separates you from who you are, you know that? And it's okay. I could love myself and not like my nose or something, or like not like my eczema, or because no lie, I used to be really insecure about my eczema when I was younger. I used to never wear short sleeve shirts. I used to never wear skirts or whatever. But now it's like I fully accept it, and it's like I'm still gonna be the bad bitch I am, because that's just how life is. No shade. They say fake it till you make it. So it's like, hey, if you don't like your hair, girl, go do a new hairstyle. Or if you don't like how you don't know something about a topic, learn more. Like, there's so many resources, there's so many things you can do out here that can just help you better yourself. Like, read a book. Like, I read so many books. Like, you see, got books everywhere. No shade. Like, read something, do something successful for yourself, and you're gonna feel good, no lie. Like, and it's like, don't judge yourself either. That's another thing. You can't judge yourself, because if you judge yourself, it's like, if the whole world's against you, you can't be against yourself, no lie. You gotta stick by yourself, because you are who you have at the end of the day. You go to sleep with yourself. You wake up to yourself. You shower to yourself. When you cry, you wipe your tears. When you eat, when you're hungry, you have to feed yourself. Can't nobody else feed your hunger that's in your belly but yourself. Yeah, you could put it in your mouth, but it's going in your mouth. Can't nobody eat no food for you and make you less hungry, you know? If that makes sense. You know, you gotta get into that. But yeah, that's what I said. Don't judge yourself, because everybody else is gonna do that for you. So it's like, you gotta give yourself the benefit of the doubt and appreciate yourself and love yourself. And like me, that's really not something I was taught. Self-love. And it's like, I done put people on pedestals, gave them more than I should have, even though I don't regret it. Like, I don't regret being kind to nobody, because I know I'm gonna get my good karma. But what I do regret is just, you know, putting everybody on pedestals and not putting myself up there, not seeing myself as up. I would always look at somebody else and be like, oh wow, they got that going, da 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 da, and I would just always undermine myself. Like, I would, because I'm into fashion or whatever, right? I will undermine the little stuff that I do, like, oh, everybody can do that. But it's like, no. If you have a talent, be happy you have that talent. So what if somebody else can do it? Can't nobody do it the way you do it, because you are unique. Like, you're just a unique fucking person. No shade. Like, we all add our own spice to life. So it's like, really just don't have no judgments and don't compare yourself. Like, you cannot compare yourself to others. That would be your downfall. Once you compare what you got going on to the next person, because that next person is not you, and they didn't go through the stuff that you go through, and you didn't go through the stuff that they went through. That's what makes y'all different. Everybody separates because of their experiences. We are all human beings, but what makes us different is how we live our lives and what we experience in day to day. So for you to compare yourself to somebody that hasn't been through what you've been through, know what you know, it's preposterous. Like, you can't. That's like comparing a chicken to a rooster. Like, I don't know, saying, oh no, it's a chicken. Like, no. And it's like, no, they're just different, shit like that. So you can't compare yourself to somebody else if you're not done. You got your own self, and your goals and your vision is different from their goals and their vision. Everybody got their own path. Yeah, we all are one. We all connect, but at the end of the day, we all make our own walks. Can't nobody walk for us. We can get fake legs, but can't nobody walk for us or walk our path. So that's what makes a difference. So yeah, you got to always make yourself a priority, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Nobody's gonna think about what you need best for you. Nobody's gonna think about how you can be your best self. Nobody's gonna do that for you. So you have to do it for yourself, so you can be successful. No shade. And it starts. It'll feel like you don't know where to start, no lie, because that's how I am. Like, I'm still learning this on like how to really love myself. But what I do is just, if I feel comfortable doing something, like if I want to sleep in or like not sleeping, I don't want to go somewhere, I do it. Like, if I don't have no one to do it, I'll still do it, because it's just the experience. I want to do something for myself. Like, once you just start doing more stuff that you like to do, you're gonna really feel better about yourself. And don't say no to yourself. Like, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Like, you're not obligated to do nothing you don't want to do. Nothing. Always remember that. And always make sure you don't compare yourself, don't judge yourself. Always that. And the way you talk to yourself really matters. Like, you can't be walking around thinking, oh my god, I hate my life, I'm never gonna be her, I'm never gonna be she. Like, no. It don't work like that. If you don't feel like get about this, make yourself feel cute so you can say a little nice song, you know? Just do something to make yourself feel better. Don't just dwell on the bad, because nobody's gonna knock on your door or like help you pick yourself up. Nobody does that, you know? You could do that for yourself, or you're just gonna be sinking and depressed or something. I don't want that. That's sad. No shit. So to really truly love yourself, It's to just accept all your flaws. Don't judge yourself for your mistakes. Don't compare yourself to the next individual because we're all different. We have our own journeys. That's just it. God has a blessing for everybody. He didn't miss you. But yeah, that's just, I want you guys to just really tap into your full potential always and know you got value and you always have value just for you being here. Remember that. But yeah, I want you guys to stay tuned to my channel. I just be talking about life stuff and I think we're gonna start a podcast, but we're gonna see how everything works out. And I'm gonna take baby steps, but appreciate you guys for later.